Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10 and The Whispers because Angela Kang had an interview with Entertainment Weekly talking about what we can expect from The Whispers in Season 10. She also talked about the new main Whisperer, Gamma. We're also going to talk a little bit about what we can expect in New York Comic Con because The Walking Dead is going to have a panel there, and that is coming very shortly, and it looks to be awesome because we're going to get some reveals, especially that third show. So we're going to break all that down in this video today. But before I do begin, if you are a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to hit that subscribe button because, the closer we get to The Walking Dead Season 10, the more information we're going to get. And then when Season 10 rolls around, we're going to be doing breakdowns and reviews and all that kind of stuff. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And then also Sunday, I will be doing a Walking Dead Season 10 Q&A since we're going to be 1 week away from the premiere. So be sure to leave your questions in the comments down below, or you can go in the community section of my channel. I made a post there and you can just comment there. But with all that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so like I said, the interview was with Entertainment Weekly, and the first question was, Silence the Whispers is very visible in your Season 10 trailer, but I am assuming we are going to see some differing opinions in the communities in terms of what they should do about the Whispers in Season 10. And then Angela Kang says, that's definitely a big part of the story. I think it's been true for centuries that people get into conflicts over borders and who decides what the border is, where it is, do you respect it or not. In some ways, borders are sort of arbitrary, right? It's just like people decide this is the border. And it leads to tension between our people and questions about what is the tactic. When is the timeline to take care of the problem? How do we take care of the problem? And people kind of land on different sides of it, as is true just in life when it comes to anything having to do with life and death and war and neighboring groups. So we find that there is people who are taking a more measured response. You see people who are much more hawkish. You see people who are just confused about what to do. And I think that's part of the interesting human landscape that's happening as everything starts to play out. And as just paranoia starts to grip these communities, and as there are war moves being made on both sides. So you can definitely tell from the way Angela Kang answers these questions. You can tell how intelligent she is and she knows what she's doing. And I love how there's a layer of realism to the Whispers, and a good mythology there. And there's just so much good stuff with the Whispers that this is becoming like one of the best arcs that The Walking Dead has had, if not already the best arc. I know a lot of people think the Whispers are already the best villains, and we haven't even gone to war yet, so I'm excited for the Whisper War. And also, based on this response, it looks like something big is gonna happen probably in the season premiere. I'm assuming, because that's what's gonna make everybody sort of on different levels, because Season 10 is gonna be picking up with a time jump. And now in here she's saying that there's people who are hawkish, people who are confused, people who paranoid. There's obviously gonna be people who want to go to war, people who don't want to go to war. And then obviously there's the Silence the Whispers, that whole thing is going on, and I'm assuming it's gonna happen because of a big event early in Season 10, most likely the premiere, because if a time jump is happening, if they're a couple months ahead of where Season 9 left off, I think something big has to happen in order for the Whispers to come back into discussion. You guys let me know, what do you think that is? Do you think there's going to be a big death starting off Season 10, especially that ending where she says that and as there are war moves being made on both sides? So that's interesting. Is somebody, maybe not like a big character, maybe a minor character, is going to cross into the border because they're maybe being cocky or something, and they're going to end up getting killed, or maybe somebody accidentally crossed the border. If you watch my previous videos, I said that I think something that could happen is maybe somebody accidentally crosses the border and doesn't really know that they crossed the border, and they run into a Whisperer who kills them, and then the people back in Alexandria and other communities are going to be upset about that and be like, we can't just live in fear and like this. We have to go talk to the Whispers, which would lead to that, that moment where they're kind of confronting each other at the Whisper border. But you guys let me know in the comments down below. What do you think these moves are going to be? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think somebody's going to go kill a Whisper, or a Whisper is going to kill, one of the Alexandrians or Hilltoppers? Alright, the next question gets into Gamma. So the question was, what can you tell us about the newest Whisper of Gamma, played by Thora Birch? And Angela Kang says, Gamma is a character that we'll get to know in the season. I'm such a huge fan of Thora Birch's work prior to this show. I particularly love Ghost World, but she's done such amazing stuff all around, and she's been a wonderful addition to the cast. She has such an interesting take on this character, because when you have a group that's wandering around wearing skin masks, you have to kind of be in a particular sort of space to kind of decide, this is the only way that I can survive, or this is the right way. And so we're going to explore a story of somebody who's just part of that group who rises into leadership. It's complex. I think the thing that we wanted to show with the Whisperers is that we know quite a bit about Alpha and Beta at this point. We'll learn more as the season goes on. But who are the rest of these people that are just part of the followers, and what are their stories? I think that there's a really powerful story to tell about the soldiers on the ground, and so that's what the story of Gamma is. And I think Thora brings such humanity and also badassery to the role. I'm just enamored with her work, and hopefully other people are too. Alright, so that's interesting because I do know a lot of people think that Gamma could be Winnie from the flashback episode in season 9. I think it was episode 14 where we learned about Michonne and what happened to her in the X Scars. And a lot of people do think that Gamma could be Winnie, and it's definitely possible. Gamma does look like a pretty young person. It's hard to tell exactly, but I wouldn't be surprised. And it also in the trailer, she was kind of confronting Michonne, so that could also be it. But I do like how they are going to be exploring other Whisperers, and Gamma could potentially just be like another Whisperer who kind of rises among the ranks. So it looks like this season we're going to learn a lot about the Whisperers, because if we're going to learn how this character pretty much ranked up in the Whisperers, we're going to be spending a lot of time with the Whisperers to learn that. So that's awesome. I'm very excited about it. I believe we are going to get a flashback episode. She does talk here that we're going to learn more about Alpha and Beta. So we could learn, about the ranks and how they got their names of Alpha and Beta, and how you can pretty much raise in the ranks. And that would be a pretty good episode to introduce Gamma. So we'll see that, but I'm very excited to learn more about the Whisperers, because to me, they are pretty fascinating. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is The Walking Dead at New York Comic Con. So New York Comic Con, the panel will be Saturday, October 5th. But I want to talk about this post because they post this on Twitter. And look what it says. It says The Walking Dead Universe. It's never really said that before. I mean, I don't think it's ever said that before. It just says The Walking Dead. Obviously, The Walking Dead Universe has been being used more, in the past, couple of months, because they've been expanding. But this tells me that this panel is not just going to be about season 10. It'll be about the universe. The Comic-Con at San Diego, every single year that happens as well. That is primarily focused on the main show. This year, actually, we did get that teaser, the Rick Grimes movie teaser. But this one says universe. And we know one thing is happening for sure, and that's we're going to get some more information on the third Walking Dead show. I believe, they already pretty much confirmed it, but I think we're going to get like a trailer probably, because they have been filming for a couple months. And they probably have like some sort of teaser or trailer, and they might even introduce the cast or something like that. So we probably gonna get some information on the third show, and hopefully we get some Rick Grimes news also, because every time they have like a press conference or anything like that, they say that we are gonna get some news very soon. But they've been saying that for a long time. Obviously, we got that trailer, which is like a big thing, but hopefully we get some more information. I think like the one thing everybody's kind of waiting for is like a release date, or at least a production date, because that's gonna get us excited. Like, okay, we're actually moving forward with this. So hopefully we do get some news about that. But all the information that we get at New York Comic Con, I'll be covering on the channel, so be sure to stay tuned for that. So yeah, The Walking Dead season 10 returns in pretty much 1 week. I cannot wait for it. You guys let me know in the comments down below, what are you most excited for The Walking Dead season 10? I mean the Whisper War obviously is like the main answer, but there's so much other elements to the show, like the shipwreck that's apparently going on the beach, the radio, so much awesome stuff. Michonne's exit, I want to see how that happens. Even though I might not be that excited about it, I'm still very curious to see how that plays out. So let me know in the comments down below, what are you most excited for season 10? Again, I am doing a Q&A this Sunday for The Walking Dead season 10, since it's 1 week from the premiere. So be sure to leave your season 10 questions in the comments down below, or you can just go in my community section of the channel and just I made a post there for the Q&A, and you can comment down below your question. But with that being said, I am gonna wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. For more Walking Dead videos just like this, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.